Hey, Jordan, doing really good. Thanks for joining us again, man. Thanks for coming back on the show.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Man, appreciate you doing this, man. Well, look, man, we've been watching you close ever since the blind auditions. You broke out onto the scene in a big way. Congratulations, first and foremost, on becoming one of the semifinalists. Talk about that. How does that feel?
Oh, gosh, thank you so much. I'm looking back to just a couple of months ago, and I never even thought I would get a chair turn, let alone be here in the semifinals. It's so crazy. I'm so blessed and excited to be here, honestly. It's so cool to continue to keep working with Adam and just be in this atmosphere of creativity every week. It's a true blessing, and I'm learning so much and growing so much, and I'm just glad to continue to be able to do that.
You know, is it still surreal for you, or have you become somewhat grounded and you know, are you able to really grasp what's going on? I mean, it's amazing what's going on with you right now.
Oh, it's absolutely still so surreal. Sometimes I just sit back and think about it, and I have to remind myself that this is real life and it's actually happening. I just get so caught up and so busy, and if you're not careful, you can let these moments slip by because they just are starting to seem so normal. And so I have to remind myself not to take it for granted and to hold on to each moment and enjoy it because finales are in a couple weeks. It's almost over.
Right.
It's flown by.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because I remember many years ago I went to Israel and I actually got a chance to visit the Church of Nativity. And when I was standing in there, I remember saying to myself, really need to savor this moment because you'll probably never be there again, So I'm hoping you're doing the same thing.
And so I'm having moments like that every week when I sit on that stage. I have to slow down for a moment and just remind myself to savor that time and appreciate that time because I'll never get some of these moments back,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. What's been the most challenging part of this whole competition for you so far?
There's a lot of challenges that I think we overcome as artists throughout the show. It kind of seems like we get up and sing covers every week, and that's about it. But the show is a long, hard process. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work from lots of different people to make it happen. And as artists, we only see a small part, actually, of what happens. We do our part, but there's also a lot of other people that work on the staging and work on the crew and work on the contestant staff and production staff that have much bigger jobs than us. But we have a unique set of challenges, I think, and one of the greatest ones, I think, is just taking care of yourself. It's very easy to get tired throughout this process and to become overwhelmed and kind of fold under the pressure. And so it's very important for us to stay healthy and keep our voices healthy. And I think one of the biggest challenges is just knowing when you have to take it easy and step back and say, okay, I can't talk today, I can't sing as much today, and save your voice. I think it's a challenge we all face, and it's one of the most important ones because it's our weapon in this fight,
Mm-hmm. Good point. I didn't think about that. What happens if you get a cold or a sinus infection, that's what happens then?
Yeah, we've actually had some of that. We had a couple people get sick. Adam's actually been sick the past few weeks, and a couple of other contestants have been getting sick, and so you just have to get as much rest as possible when you can, and you have to just get to the doctor as quick as possible, get whatever medicine you can get, and then just try and take care of yourself and get your body back into working order as quickly as possible because those things happen and you have to just kind of fight through it and try to stay on your feet through it and get done what you can get done.
Do you feel the pressure building as each week goes on? Does it get more and more pressure as each results show goes past and you hear your name called and then the next week you sing and then you're waiting for your name? How much pressure builds up each week?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure just in being here. Every week it's just like it builds up, and then you're like this balloon that's about to pop, and then you hear your name called, and it's like, and all the air is let back out of your tank. And the next week it builds up again. It's a lot of pressure, honestly. There's a lot of pressure on us to perform well, and now the stakes are higher than ever. This week, everyone performed so amazingly well, and we had 7 out of 10 people in the iTunes top 10, which is, I don't think it's ever happened before. It's a record for the show. So each week the performances are getting better, everyone's on top of their game, and there's this pressure to live up to that standard. And you just kind of have to go with it. You have to roll with the punches, and you just have to do you. You have to be yourself and do your best and be ready to stand on that stage every Monday and Tuesday and accept your fate. But you also have to be ready to put your whole heart in it and just go for it because, there's no other choice now.
Right. Well, you mentioned iTunes, so how about this for Surreal? I just checked, and Hallelujah, the song you sang, it already has close to 800,000 views on the Voices YouTube page, and it's number 2 right behind Adele. How's that sound?
I hear you say that, and I look at it and see it myself, and it's still hard for me to believe that. If you would have told me 6 months ago I would have a song charting at all on iTunes, I would have thought you were crazy.
Yep.
But it's just so surreal, and it's so unbelievable, and I'm honestly just so humbled by it. I'm so grateful for that support from people, and that people want to buy something that I've created. It's such a humbling, but such an amazing thing to me.
Absolutely. If I would have told you this a couple months ago, you'd have hung up on me thinking it was a crank call or something. I would have
laughed at you and just said, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Here's another nut job. All right. All right, well, Blake announced something pretty cool. Give me your thoughts on Dolly Parton becoming part of this show and working with you guys.
So that was kind of a surprise for us too. I'd heard a rumor somewhere that I just heard her name floating around, and I was like, you know what, I'm not getting my hopes up, because rumors like that float around set all the time. An artist would be like, oh, wouldn't it be so cool if so-and-so came, and then their name is floating around all day, and it turns into that they're like going to be the next coach on the show. And
wow.
So just because we're all so excited and this is such a cool thing, and now you kind of think like, well, I mean, anything could be possible at this point. Mm-hmm. But to hear him say that Dolly was going to be here, I'm so just floored. I love Dolly Parton. I had her albums, one of her best of albums, in my car, and I listened to it every morning on the way to and from school, every single day for my entire senior year.
Wow, seriously.
I'm a huge fan of hers. I've always loved her. I go to Dollywood, her amusement park in East Tennessee. I go there all the time. I've been to lots of her attractions there in Pigeon Forge, that area, and I've seen almost all of her movies. I love her music, and I've just been such an avid fan of hers, so much that I even feel like I almost know her. So this is a huge thing for me. I'm so excited to meet her, and honestly, when they said that, I was like, oh my God, this is happening. I was already almost shaking, like she was right there in front of me. I'm so excited to meet her.
That's amazing, and it's really great that you're such a big fan. And now you get to work with her. So let's add that to the surreal list.
Yeah, just add that to the list of dreams that have come true because of the show.
Exactly. Now, the last time you were on my podcast show, it was just a few days after your blind audition, and things have blown up even more since then. Kind of talk about what's been the biggest change for you, and I'm sure you're getting recognized now, on streets and things like that.
It's been strange to get used to. One of the craziest things I think to me is that somehow my name written on a piece of paper has value now. My handwriting scrawled on something, people want that. It's crazy to me that all of this has come about just from my audition till now, and I'm grateful for that support. I'm so grateful for it, and I'm happy to do those things. But it's just been crazy getting recognized on the street and just having all this attention. I have over 40,000 followers on Facebook now, and I have thousands and thousands of followers on Twitter and Instagram, and that's been a huge adjustment to make. Is just knowing that everything you say now is not heard just by one person, but heard by thousands of people. Mm-hmm. You constantly have an image that people see, and you have a reputation, and you have to uphold that. So you always have to be careful what you say and what you do, and I've learned that for some people it's harder than it is for others. For some people, for me, I've just kind of continued what I've always done. I'm a person of faith, and so I've always tried my best to be a good person and to love others, and so I've just tried to continue doing that. But for some, I imagine that it's difficult to make sure that you're upholding a certain kind of image, especially because the show is such a family-oriented show, and they're so, positive all the time. And so it's been something to get used to, just to constantly be in a public eye like that. But I'm slowly getting used to it. I'm slowly adjusting to it.
Especially coming from small town Kentucky, now you're out there in Hollywood, and I mean, I'm sure there's been an adjustment there for you too, huh?
Oh yeah. Not only is it really flat and brown compared to Kentucky, where it's all the beautiful mountains and colors everywhere, but just the people are different, and the area is different. The weather's different. Everything about it is different from home. And I'm lucky to feel, the love and support from home constantly, with calls and texts and just getting to talk about things with people from home. But it's a different world here, and I appreciate it, and I love it all the same. But it's not quite home for me.
Oh, so that's fair. I mean, when I was in the Navy, I've been all over the world, and it was great seeing those places. But there was nothing like my hometown, man. I mean, you just want to go home to your roots sometimes.
There's no place like it, and I learned that last week. We celebrated Thanksgiving here, and it was my first Thanksgiving where I didn't get to go home, and so I got to spend it with other contestants, and they've kind of become my voice family, and
sure.
we got to spend that together. But it was a little bit of an adjustment just to be here and be away for a holiday like that. But I learned to really appreciate the people around me, and to appreciate this opportunity to get to know some new people and integrate new friends into my inner circle and my family.
Absolutely. Now, we touched on some of the highlights that you've experienced. Is there one in particular, one that stands out over the rest?
Oh, man. There's been so many incredible things that have happened. I think, in general, just all of the people I've gotten to meet, as far as, mentors and big names that I've gotten to work with. I've, gotten to meet and work with John Fogerty and Rihanna. And I got to see, Sia perform last night. And to see her, it was such a unique opportunity to see her stand on the stage and sing a song that, first of all, I love. I think that song is so incredible, and she's so incredible. And I'm so intrigued by her, so fascinated by her, but also her voice is just otherworldly to me. I just think it's amazing.
I agree.
But to see her stand on that stage in the spot where I also stood and sang one of her songs that has gone viral and people have heard worldwide, it was a really special moment for me. It was really, really special last night, and I really had an amazing time just getting to hear her sing. And when she was finished, I was just chills all over my body, and I was almost in tears, just because first of all, she sounded incredible, but just that special thing of having stood there where she was standing and sang one of her songs, it was a really unique experience.
Absolutely. All right, so a few more questions for you, and I'll let you go. I know you're busy. All right, so Team Adam still has 3 contestants that are competing, man. It's Amy, yourself, and Shelby. Talk about the friendship you enjoy with them, with your teammates.
Oh my gosh, I love our team so much. I think we have the best team as far as people, and I love all the contestants, but I have a special place in my heart for my team. Shelby is like a little sister to me. She's so, I tell everyone she's emotional. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that whenever she feels something, she feels it with all of herself. If she's sad, she's so sad and upset in the moment. If she's happy, she's so excited and so happy. And so she just really feels everything that she does. And on Monday night, she gave such an emotional performance.
Oh, it was incredible.
You could feel that just radiating from her. It was incredible. And I can't imagine doing what she's doing at her age. And I so admire her for that. But I also feel very protective over her. And I want what's best for her. And I want her to succeed. And so she's like a little sister to me. I love her. And I love both of her parents. I've had the chance to spend a lot of time with them. And I love them as well. And then Amy's one of my closest friends on the show. We've had our little group, Corinne from Team Quinn and Evan from Team Pharrell, and then Amy and I have our little squad together. And we've just grown so close over this process. And so we've lost Evan and Corinne now. They've been eliminated, and now it's just Amy and I. And so we're just so close. We are friends, and almost just like family. And I learned so much from her. She's so wise. She's lived and done some amazing things in her life. She has so many crazy life stories and so many lessons to teach. And she just is so gentle and so kind. And I learn from her. I'm inspired by her every day. And so I have a team of just a couple of amazing people, and they're honestly my foundation. They understand exactly what it's like to be on Team Adam and be in this situation. And so we understand each other, and we encourage each other, and we are very confident in each other. And I'm so grateful that all three of us have had the chance to continue moving forward into the semifinals.
Right. Very well spoken. And you mentioned Corinne. Oh, I felt so bad for her. She's such an incredible talent, and she's young, and she forgot the lyrics. And, the coaches were so kind and gentle to her after that. I was really impressed with how all the judges rallied to her when that happened. Yeah, talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I was very grateful for the coaches and everything they had to say. Karina's a very special person. She's so kind-hearted. She's a fighter, and she's been in the bottom. This is her third week in a row in the bottom, and so she stands there, and it's almost like every week the door is kind of being closed on her journey. And just as the door's about to close, she kind of puts her foot in and she says, "Nope, not yet, I'm not done yet."
Kicks it back open.
Forces it back open for herself. She's a fighter, and she's fearless. And on that stage last night, I know just from knowing her and being so close with her that song meant so much to her. And in the moment, I think that it was even beyond just the lyrics of the song. It was just how she felt. And I think that even though she forgot the words, it was such a powerful moment. It was just like, the words of the song even say, like, you don't have to try so hard.
Right.
You don't have to say a single thing. You don't have to try. You don't have to bend until you break. And Corinne's been through a lot on the show. She's been constantly in the bottom, and she's had to fight, her way through the show. And that's very emotionally taxing. And she's handled it with such grace. And through changing her hair and trying different looks and trying different songs, and she's been very open to trying different things. And I think she's finally settled on exactly who she is. And I'm very happy for her for that. And I think that she's going to go forward from here and do some amazing things. And I'm very proud of her. And I'm proud of the performance she gave. She just showed such grace. And I think that she's going to do great things moving forward from here.
Even with forgetting the lines, it's like she fumbled the ball for a second, but then she recovered brilliantly. Most people, like the coaches said, most people would have ran off the stage crying. She was a tough one, man. She just picked up and ran with it.
Yeah, she's fearless. She's a fighter, and she stood right in that moment, and she just gave it her all of what she could, and I'm inspired by that.
Great stuff. Okay, if you got time, I had a lot of fans send questions in because I told them that I was going to be interviewing you, and I picked two. Do you have time to answer two fan questions?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, great. Okay, so the first question's from Meg McDaniel, and she would like to know who inspires you the most.
Oh my gosh, that's such a tough one. Who inspires me the most? I would have to say my grandfather, my mom's father. He inspires me an awful lot. He has Parkinson's disease, and he's had it ever since before I was born, and since I can remember. And he has always made the most out of life, and he's always been a joyful person, and he's always tried to go and do everything that he could do, and he just inspires me to live every day, to its fullest, and to give it my all. And he's my biggest fan, and so he inspires me to continue to music, and I think he's the most inspiring person in my life.
Great, man. That's great. It sounds like your grandfather's a true fighter too.
He is.
Yeah, man. I have a friend of mine suffering from the same disease. Okay, one more question, and this is from Denise, and she lives in San Antonio, Texas, one of my favorite towns. She wants to know, what made you more nervous, the blind auditions or performing on the live shows?
They're so different. That's hard to answer. With my blind audition, I was so nervous that a team was going to fill up before I got the chance to sing. And then I was so nervous that a chair wasn't going to turn around. And then with the live playoffs, it was my first time on live television, and I was sitting there thinking, if I mess up, this is history. Like, this is stuck on YouTube forever. Everyone in America will see it. Yeah. No editing here. But I think I have to say the blind auditions. I don't really get nervous when I perform, but just being in that room with all that energy and knowing like that this was knowing now that all of what I've done was hinging on that moment. I can see that I was nervous, and I think I recognized how much it could change my life when those chairs turned around. I think that was the biggest moment for me.
Well, Jordan, I always enjoy talking to you. I really, really appreciate you coming on board. Just a personal note, you inspire me. I just love what you're doing out there, and I appreciate what you do, and I wish you the best of luck. Give me some closing thoughts for all your fans out there before I let you go.
Oh, first of all, thank you so much. Thanks for having me, and thanks for saying that. I appreciate it. And, I feel like my job here is just to try and be the best person I can be and try to inspire people in any way that I can, whether it's something I say or sing or anything like that. And so I really appreciate that. It means a lot. And just, to leave my fans or followers with anything, it's just, all of this is possible because I decided to take a leap of faith, and I decided to step out and do something and not be afraid of who I am or not be afraid of what people might think. And if I can encourage anybody with anything, it's that you never know what's going to happen if you step out and you go through that open door. So if there's something in your life that you're like, if there's a promise that you're holding on to, there's something in your life that you want or that you feel is yours, you should go for it. Don't let anything hold you back. And I just appreciate everybody for supporting me through this. This has been my absolute dream to be on this show. I've been a fan of the show for so long, and so many dreams and desires have come to pass just because of being on this show. And it's all because of everyone's support and all of their votes and their constant support keeping me here.